Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into something that could genuinely transform your housing situation: the most comprehensive housing assistance programs available in America right now. And I'm not just talking about the programs everyone already knows. We're going beyond the basics to uncover hidden opportunities, little known grants, and specialized assistance that most people never discover. We're exploring federal programs offering substantial financial assistance, state and regional grants that fly under the radar, specialized support for specific groups, including seniors and veterans, unique pathways to homeownership that most people miss, emergency assistance programs for families in crisis, and yes, even a program that could eliminate your mortgage entirely under certain qualifying conditions. This information could save you thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. So let's get started. Let's begin with what most people call Section 8. Now, I know many of you are familiar with this, but stick with me because there's a hidden feature most people don't know about. The Housing Choice Voucher Program typically reduces your rent payment to just 30% of your adjusted monthly income. Think about that for a moment. If you're struggling to pay market rate rent, this program could cut your housing costs by more than half. The remaining portion gets paid directly to your landlord through a voucher issued by your local public housing authority. Here's what makes this program special. Unlike traditional public housing, where you're assigned a specific unit, you get to choose where you live. You have the freedom to find housing that actually works for your family in neighborhoods you prefer, as long as the landlord accepts vouchers and the property meets quality standards. Eligibility typically requires household income at or below 50% of your area's median income. Some areas have different thresholds: U.S. citizenship or eligible immigration status, passing a background screening. Some housing authorities prioritize elderly individuals, veterans, people experiencing homelessness, or those with disabilities. The main challenge: waiting lists can stretch for months or even years in high-demand areas. My advice: apply as soon as possible, even if you're not in immediate need. The secret homeownership pathway. Here's where it gets exciting. What most people don't realize is that some public housing authorities have expanded this voucher program to include a homeownership component. That's right, you can potentially use your voucher toward mortgage payments instead of rent. This is a game changer for families who want to build equity instead of paying rent indefinitely. You get the same subsidy support, but you're working toward owning your home. To explore this option, contact your local public housing authority directly, ask specifically about the Housing Choice Voucher Homeownership Program, submit your application, be prepared for waiting periods. Some areas have wait lists just to submit applications, so timing matters. This pathway to homeownership exists, but it's severely underutilized because people simply don't know about it. Consider this your invitation to investigate. Down payment assistance. Your first home is closer than you think. This is one of my favorite topics because these programs personally helped me achieve homeownership, and they can do the same for you. Here's what you need to know. Across the country, there are literally hundreds of down payment assistance programs. They're offered by states, counties, cities, and various housing agencies. The challenge is that they're scattered and hard to find, which is exactly why so few people take advantage of them. Common eligibility criteria: first-time buyer status, usually defined as not having owned a home in the past 3 years. Even if you owned a home a decade ago, you might still qualify. Income limits, typically ranging from 80% to 120% of your area's median income, depending on the specific program. Primary residence requirement: the home must be your main residence. These aren't for investment properties or vacation homes. Special programs exist for teachers and educators, first responders, police, firefighters, EMTs, healthcare workers, veterans, and active military essential workers in various fields. These programs commonly provide anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000 toward your home purchase. Some exceptional programs offer up to $40,000 or more, though those typically have more stringent requirements or serve very specific geographic areas. Two main types of assistance: direct grants, free money that doesn't need to be repaid. Forgivable loans. These function as silent second mortgages that are gradually forgiven over time if you continue living in the home. For example, you might receive $8,000 as a forgivable loan with the stipulation that you live in the home for 5 years. Each year you stay, 1/5 of that loan disappears. If you sell before the forgiveness period ends, you simply repay the remaining balance. It's an incredibly fair arrangement. How to find these programs? Search for your state's Housing Finance Agency website, check your city or county government websites, look for regional housing partnerships, consult with local housing counselors. Many programs require completion of a homebuyer education course, which is valuable anyway. You'll typically need to work with approved lenders who participate in these programs. The down payment barrier keeps so many families from homeownership. These programs exist specifically to eliminate that barrier. Take advantage of them. USDA Section 504, Rural Homeowner Repair Assistance. If you own a home in a rural area, this program could be transformative. The USDA Section 504 Home Repair Program offers grants up to $10,000 for seniors aged 62 and older, or loans up to $40,000 at just 1% interest for all qualified applicants. That's not a typo, 1% interest. In today's lending environment, that's essentially free money. To qualify, you must meet very low income requirements at or below 50% of area median income. Own and occupy the property as your primary residence. Live in a USDA designated rural area. Demonstrate inability to obtain affordable credit elsewhere. Grants are exclusively for homeowners 62 and older. Loans are available to younger homeowners. Combined assistance, loans, up to $40,000, 20-year repayment period, 1% interest rate. Grants, up to $10,000 for health and safety hazard removal. Maximum combined assistance, $50,000, higher in declared disaster areas, up to $55,000. Approved uses include roof repair or complete replacement, heating and cooling system upgrades, electrical system improvements, plumbing repairs and modernization, accessibility modifications, ramps, wider doorways, grab bars, mold remediation and prevention foundation repairs and stabilization, safety hazard elimination, lead paint, asbestos removal, well and septic system repairs, structural repairs. The grant portion specifically targets health and safety hazards, while loan funds offer more flexibility. If you're unsure whether your needed repairs qualify, apply anyway and let them evaluate your situation. Application process. Locate your local USDA Rural Development Office. Schedule an appointment to discuss eligibility, complete pre-qualification steps, gather documentation, income verification, property ownership, contractor estimates, submit your application. Applications are accepted year-round on a first-come, first-served basis, though funding can be limited during certain periods. Don't delay if you're interested. HUD Older Adults Home Modification Program. This program exists for one purpose: helping seniors remain safely independent in their homes for as long as possible. And here's the best part: the modifications are completely free with zero repayment obligation. Eligibility requirements: age 62 or older residents in a target service area, determined by local program grantees, generally serves very low to low-income households. Specific limits vary. Must own your home or rent with written landlord permission for modifications. Covered modifications include grab bars and safety railings throughout the home, wheelchair ramps and accessibility features, walk-in showers or tub-to-shower conversions, enhanced lighting in hallways, stairs and bathrooms, non-slip flooring installation, fall prevention upgrades, stair lifts or platform lifts, wider doorways for mobility devices, lower countertops, and accessible kitchen features, bathroom safety modifications. These aren't cosmetic upgrades. They're life-changing modifications that allow seniors to age in place with dignity and safety. How to access this program. This one's a bit complex because HUD distributes funding to local organizations who then administer the programs. Here's your action plan. Visit the HUD website and search for the current grantee list or recent press releases announcing grant awards. Call the Elder Care Locator at 1-800-677-1116 and ask about home modification programs in your area. Contact local area agencies on aging. Reach out to nonprofit organizations serving seniors in your community. Check with your city or county aging services department. Once you identify the right organization, they'll guide you through their specific application process. Don't be discouraged by the complexity. The assistance is worth the effort. VA Housing Grants for Veterans. Our veterans deserve exceptional support, and these programs deliver. The Department of Veterans Affairs offers multiple grant programs for veterans with service-connected disabilities to modify their homes for accessibility and independence. Specially Adapted Housing, SAH Grant. This serves veterans with the most severe service-connected disabilities, including loss or loss of use of more than one limb, loss or loss of use of one leg, plus complications affecting balance or propulsion, severe burn injuries, blindness in both eyes with visual acuity of 5 out of 200 or less, post 9/11 loss or loss of use of one or more extremities, specific conditions apply, current fiscal year maximum, $121,812, Special Housing Adaptation, SHA Grant. This serves veterans with qualifying service-connected disabilities that are slightly less severe but still significantly impact daily living. Blindness in both eyes with remaining vision better than 5 out of 200, loss or loss of use of both hands, severe burn injuries covering significant body area, certain respiratory conditions requiring permanent oxygen. Other specific qualifying conditions, current fiscal year maximum, $24,362. Key features of both programs can be used up to 6 times over your lifetime in installments, doesn't need to be used all at once, can be applied to homes you own or are purchasing. Funds can be used for new construction or modifications to existing homes. Temporary Residence Adaptation, TRA. If you're temporarily living with family members, the VA can help adapt their home to accommodate your needs. This is especially helpful during recovery periods or transitional living situations. Application process: visit va.gov and log into your VA account. Navigate to the Home Loans section. Search for Specially Adapted Housing, complete the online application or apply by mail/in-person if preferred. For new construction or substantial renovations, submit builder bids or architectural plans for VA review. Work with VA representatives throughout the approval and implementation process. These grants can completely transform living situations for disabled veterans. If you're a veteran with qualifying conditions or you know someone who is, please explore these benefits. Gradient Gives Back Foundation, Emergency Housing Assistance. This program is different from everything else we've discussed. The Gradient Gives Back Foundation provides up to 12 months of housing payments for families facing hardship through no fault of their own. Read that again, up to 12 months. That's potentially tens of thousands of dollars in assistance. Who qualifies? This program specifically serves families experiencing unexpected hardships, medical emergencies or catastrophic health diagnoses, sudden job loss or income reduction, natural disasters affecting your home or employment, accidents or events beyond your control. Other circumstances that created financial crisis. What makes this unique? No rigid income requirements, story-based selection process, focus on compelling circumstances and demonstrated need, must live in a community with an active partner organization. Locations aren't publicly listed, but all are encouraged to apply. How it works. Payments go directly to your landlord or mortgage lender. No cash provided directly to families can cover rent or mortgage payments. Assistance designed to provide stability during recovery period application process. Visit gradientgivesback.com, only the official website. Beware of scams. Complete the initial 10-minute application. If selected to advance, complete a detailed secondary application. Participate in virtual meetings with the foundation. Share your story thoroughly and honestly. Important reality check. Thousands apply for each cycle, but only a small number can be selected due to limited funding. This isn't a guaranteed solution, but it's an extraordinary opportunity if you're selected. Your story matters. Take time to explain your situation comprehensively and how this assistance would help your family recover and move forward. Tunnels to Towers Fallen First Responder Program. This is the program that can pay off an entire mortgage under specific circumstances. Tunnels to Towers operates the Fallen First Responder Program, which provides incredible support for families of first responders and military personnel killed or catastrophically injured in the line of duty Who qualifies? Fallen or catastrophically injured law enforcement officers, firefighters and fire rescue personnel, paramedics and EMTs, military service members, must have dependent children. Spouse cannot be divorced or separated from the fallen injured responder. What the program provides. For fallen first responders, complete mortgage payoff. The entire remaining balance eliminates housing payment burden during unimaginable grief, allows families to remain in their homes and communities. For catastrophically injured first responders, mortgage payoff or significant assistance, adaptive housing modifications to accommodate disabilities, home modifications for wheelchair accessibility, smart home technology integration, bathroom and kitchen adaptations. How to apply, visit the Tunnels to Towers Foundation website. You can apply on behalf of your own family or nominate a deserving family. Gather documentation proving line of duty, death, or catastrophic injury. Submit the complete application with all supporting documents. The foundation reviews and determines eligibility. If approved, they work directly with mortgage lenders and contractors. This organization has stepped up for countless families during their darkest moments. If you know someone who might qualify, please share this information with them. Cancer diagnosis. Housing assistance. If you or someone in your household is currently battling cancer, additional assistance exists specifically for you. The Pink Fund provides up to $3,000 over a 90-day period for mortgage or rent payments, utility bills, health insurance premiums, car payments, and transportation costs. Eligibility must be an active cancer treatment, experiencing financial hardship due to cancer, have a documented hardship situation, other cancer-related housing assistance, cancer care financial assistance, Healthwell Foundation, Patient Advocate Foundation, Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, American Cancer Society, Cancer Financial Assistance Coalition members, local hospital social work departments often maintain resource lists. Many of these programs are underutilized because patients simply don't know they exist. If you're fighting cancer and struggling with housing costs, please explore these resources. You're dealing with enough. Your housing shouldn't add to your stress. Additional resources worth knowing: emergency rental assistance. Many states still have emergency rental assistance programs funded through federal relief packages. These can cover back rent, arrears, current and future rent payments, utility bills, and arrears. Internet service, increasingly recognized as essential. Contact your state housing agency or local community action agency to inquire about availability. Energy assistance programs. LIHEAP, Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, helps with heating and cooling costs, energy crisis intervention, weatherization services, energy-related minor home repairs. These programs reduce your overall housing costs by addressing utility expenses. Fair housing organizations. If you've experienced housing discrimination, fair housing organizations provide free legal assistance, investigation of discrimination complaints, help navigating housing disputes, education about your rights. Housing counseling agencies, SHUD-approved housing counseling agencies, offer free or low-cost assistance with mortgage delinquency and default foreclosure prevention, credit improvement, homebuyer education. Rental housing counseling information is only powerful when you act on it. Here's your action plan. Immediate actions. Bookmark the relevant program websites mentioned today. Determine which programs you potentially qualify for based on your situation. Gather necessary documentation, income verification, property documents, proof of status. Make a list of phone calls or applications to complete. Set deadlines for yourself to complete applications. This week, contact at least one program that applies to your situation. Complete any homebuyer education courses required. Reach out to your local housing authority or housing agency. Connect with a HUD-approved housing counselor if needed. This month, submit applications to all relevant programs. Follow up on any pending applications. Research additional local programs not covered today. Share this information with others who might benefit. Housing is one of our most fundamental needs, yet it's become increasingly unaffordable for millions of Americans. These programs exist because policymakers, nonprofits, and communities recognize this crisis. They've allocated billions of dollars to help families secure safe, stable housing. But here's the thing: These programs only work if people know about them and use them. That's where you come in. Don't let pride or misconceptions stop you from applying. These aren't handouts. They're programs you've supported through your taxes, designed to help families during challenging times or to support those who've served our communities and nation. Every person who achieves housing stability through these programs can then invest in their education, their children's futures, their health, and their communities. Stable housing creates positive ripple effects that extend far beyond individual families. If even one person watching today applies for assistance they didn't know existed and transforms their housing situation, then this was worth it. Remember, waiting lists exist for many programs. The best time to apply was yesterday. The second best time is right now. You deserve stable, safe, affordable housing. These programs can help you achieve that. Take the first step today. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll cover even more ways to save money, access resources, and improve your financial situation. Until then, take care and take action.